Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Good workers are always in demand. Good workers are always in demand. You know what? I'm going to tell you what. You need to be a good worker out here. Because as I was saying in the last podcast, there is an issue with just having a good worker. There really is an issue and stuff. Shoot. And honesty, well, I was about to go off on a serious tangent. I'll do that on another video. But just the reality out here is workers, even though they getting paid by somebody, that's a business. Because one of the things I did when I had to work for other people, I didn't look at it like, oh, this is just a job. I was giving them my time, providing service for compensation. Now, it's set compensation and everything, and they could set your hours, but you providing that. See, first of all, I went into it with that attitude, like I'm giving them something. I'm giving them something and they are compensating me for it. Okay, that's one level. That's one level, just being in demand like that. All right, that's an important thing. And then if you think about just a situation out here, they need people, just need people. But on a second level, they need good workers. They need good workers. Okay, for all of y'all who own a business out here, for all of y'all who own a business, what have y'all been complaining about? What do y'all have? Just finding that good worker, that person who's going to do the job. They just going to show up. Because I've worked in thousands of places. Government, retail, contract work, independent work, vending. And it's hard to find like that good worker. Like, okay, I give you an example. Vending. Okay, I vended one time. I had this guy and, I would see him chop it up, gift a gab with people. And I said, hey, man, why don't you come and help me sell some of my stuff? We did a vending show. My man just sat there. And I was going to pay him too. And I paid him for his time and everything. But I was like, what the heck? What the heck? I was just like, wait a minute, hold up. This is a problem. This is a major issue. It was like, wait a minute, hold up. He wasn't a good worker for me because the main reason I got him was to help me make money, but he didn't do anything. And you'll get that. But what if he had been that person who's going to come in and he was like, hey, let me get some people to your table. Let me talk. I've actually had that. I had some young ladies that work with me. They go hustle and say, hey, we're going to get some people over here. All right. But he didn't. And see, the thing with good workers, if you really look at it, that's a major problem, even more so. Well, I ain't going to say more so than even getting the workers, because that's the issue now, just getting the workers. But then having the good worker, the person who's going to show up all the time, the person who's not only is going to do a good job, but go a step beyond. That person who is not going to cause trouble, that person who can get along with people on the job is stuff. If you even give the impression you'll be a good worker, people going to want you. Let me share 2 examples and stuff. I remember one of my earliest jobs. I was still in school, graduate level school. And I was working with at this investigative firm. And they would get their business was with defense attorneys at the DC courthouse. That was their business. So, and they would just get a cut. And eventually I would just be totally independent eventually. But at the time, I make my money and the owner would get his cut. I remember I'm sitting in there one time with the owner going through some resumes. And there was some powerful resumes. They look good too. But he wanted that person who was going to hustle. He actually looked at and called the person with the worst looking resume as far as the look. Now, when I say look, like, he had these fancy things. And his reasoning was very simple. He said this person's going to hustle more because part of that business was hustling. You know, the attorneys didn't just come to us. We had to talk to the attorneys and everything. You know, we had to hustle. He was just getting a cut. That's why I went independent, because I said, shit, I can do this for myself and get your cut too. So anyway, right? That's one. And then I remember I did this thing. It was like early 90s and stuff. Needed a job. So I answered an ad in the newspaper. This is back when they had the ads in the newspapers. And I showed up, had my nice shirt on, shirt and tie, slacks. And I didn't know it was more, I didn't have any real familiarity with how they did at multi-level marketing events. I had zero familiarity, really. And so I'm sitting there and I'm noticing all these people like slowly circling and stuff. I was feeling like a piece of meat. And I didn't understand why. I eventually didn't tell. I wasn't interested in what was done, even though they tried hard to convince me, right? All right. So did the thing. A few weeks later, somebody who was more familiar said, no, you just probably look like somebody who's actually going to do the job. Look like a good worker, And like just familiar with how managers at different levels, everything from contractors to government to whoever actually hire people. It was like they want that good worker, that person who at least gives the impression, and they look at multiple things. That's why if you go into an interview, make sure you look good. Dress up. I don't care, even if it's something for basic, just dress up. Don't be too dressed, but if it's certain things, but still wear a nice shirt and tie or nice blouse if you're a lady and stuff. But they're always in demand because it's like, it's not even so much you need workers. You need good workers. They always will be in demand. So anyway, that's it. Just really think about that. Like, even if you don't have your own business, think of even working as a business. You want to give your best and stuff. You want to give that feeling. You want to give that vibe. That's the most important thing. All right. So anyway, y'all know what to do. Let's go make that money.